I'm Tim Barkley with Charleston Home and Design magazine, and I want to thank you for listening to Talking About a Home show on the radio. Today's radio show is coming to you from Sherwin-Williams Paints, located at, today we're at 464 Savannah Highway, near the Round Holiday Inn, just over the bridge in West Ashley, but there's multiple locations of Sherwin-Williams Paints all over the low country, and we're here today because we're continuing our tour of some of the sponsors of the Charleston Home and Design Show on Daniel Island coming up April 26th and 27th. And we're very proud to have Sherwin-Williams on board as a sponsor of the Charleston Home and Design Show on Daniel Island. And now we're talking to John Gaeto with Sherwin-Williams. How you doing, John?
Doing great.
Good. John, first of all, thank you for hosting today's radio show, and also thank you to Sherwin-Williams for sponsoring, being one of the sponsors of the Charleston Home and Design Show on Daniel Island.
You're quite welcome. We are proud to be a part of it and look forward to continue the relationship. Thank you very much.
Sure. John, take a couple moments and tell everybody about Sherwin-Williams.
Oh, Sherwin-Williams. We have been a long-standing company in the paint coatings industry. In 2016, coming up on our 150th year anniversary. So we have definitely spent some time in the business. We have 11 locations within the Low Country area here in Charleston, and approaching close to 4,000 locations in the United States. So we're in every city just about that you will visit.
Gotcha. Well, why do it seems like Sherwin-Williams is one of those paint brands that people turn to first? Why is Sherwin-Williams paint so popular?
It's been popular over the years, I guess, for how long we've been in the industry. We are known definitely for our commercial products and also our home products, and we've just always prided ourselves on delivering quality products and services. And every year, continually coming out with new technologies, new way to apply the products, and spend time working with each and every customer, helping them either get into the paint business and or work on their home project. So it's the quality of the products and the service, most definitely.
That's great. Well, you folks have got an event going on today. Kind of a customer appreciation for your paint contractors specifically, and paint contractors do have an influence on what kind of paint is used in for a project. Why do the paint contractors like Sherwin-Williams so much?
They like our products. Again, it goes back to the number of locations we have. We are pretty much close to every job that they have going on. Also, again, back to the quality of products. And we have products that work for the commercial end user, and ease of application, touch-up, and again, with our delivery system, we're just able to support their needs. And today's event was open to all of our customers, and it was nice. We had a home-cooked breakfast for them this morning, scrambled eggs and sausage and pancakes, and now we've got fried chicken and ribs and collard greens, and just as we always try to give back to our customers because they were so good to us.
That's great. Well, it happens, but I know that paint contractors, the last thing that they really want to do is be called back to a job to do this or that. And is there something about the Sherwin-Williams paints that helps to alleviate that kind of thing, callbacks?
I would like to say yes, and I could speak on behalf of all manufacturers out there. The callback piece comes from our knowledge and being able to suggest the right products and provide quality products. And as long as the contractor applicator, both homeowner and professional contractor, use the right application methods, then callbacks definitely are minimized. And then they also rely on us of providing the correct products when they come in. So, callbacks, do we get them, every once in a while? Is all. We do make mistakes and potentially can send out the wrong color. But we have measures in place to hopefully eliminate those things. So, knock on wood, callbacks hopefully
minimal,
or minimal, most definitely.
Right.
But it's all again to our service.
When you know a paint contractor might get a call back, maybe a couple years after the project is finished, there might be a drywall screw that's starting to show, or something of that nature. How do they and homeowners might even come into Sherwin-Williams and say, hey, I need to touch up the paint in a room. How are they able to match? How can you help homeowners in terms of matching that existing paint, which might be a slightly different color than it was when it was brand new?
Right. Touch-up definitely comes up often. As long as the paint contractor or homeowner has some of the original product still, it definitely lends to touching up much easier. If not, we keep records of the customer's colors on file for up to 10 years. And so we're able to pull it out, remake the color, and check it to the existing standard that was then. But the biggest part on touch-up, and that's a question that comes up to us a number of times, is you want to use the same type of applicator that the product was originally put on with. Mm-hmm. So if your walls were sprayed, then in some form or fashion, sprayed and back-rolled, I should say, that's where the contractor sprays the wall and then takes a roller cover and rolls back over it, then you would want to put the product back on the wall where you're touching up using the same type of roller cover. Mm-hmm. Again, the contractor and or homeowner, when colors do not touch up, they think that they've received the wrong color, or the product will not touch up even though it's coming out of the same bucket, but it has to do with texture. Mm-hmm. So if you applied your paint with a half-inch roller, then when you go to touch up, you'd want to use the same type of half-inch roller, and putting the product on sparingly, not trying to build up a big film, and then roll it out as far as you can and kind of feather it, as the term is, feather it in, and it goes away. There are times when touch-up is not possible, and then we always suggest to go in with the same product and just paint from corner to corner. And the eye can detect color differences, but when they're that small and going from corner to corner, you would never could tell that the colors are possibly slightly different. So,
we've been talking about paint contractors a lot, but you get a lot of do-it-yourselfers that come to Sherwin-Williams.
Most definitely.
Do you have a lot of times homeowners are trying to figure out how much paint they should buy for whatever their project is? Does Sherwin-Williams have a formula or anything that they share with homeowners to try to determine the amount of paint that they need to purchase for a project?
Most definitely. We always suggest, if you're painting the inside of your home, to take the room and figure out the total square footage of your wall space. So take the length of the room or length of the wall times the height of your ceiling, multiply that, and add that for each of the walls within the room. And then based on the number of doors and windows, you'd want to take out X square feet, depending on the size of your windows, out of it. We always suggest, or I should say myself personally, is to figure about 300 square foot per coat. Mm-hmm. And that will put you right in place to where you don't have too much product. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when homeowners and or contractors roll out the product, you can roll the product out too thin. And can you make a gallon of paint go 400 square feet? Most definitely. Are you putting the correct amount of product on the walls? No. So always figure about 300 square foot per gallon, and that'll get you in the ballpark.
What about priming? Some people skip that particular step. Do you really need to prime a surface if you're, let's say, if you're painting, a sheetrock that's just been put up versus maybe walls that have been painted over, have several coats on them already, and you're just putting a new coat?
That's a good question. We have products, as others, that are considered a paint and primer in one. Those products work well over previously coated surfaces. So with that, we just say lightly sand your walls, patch any holes that need to be fixed with a quick drying filler, and then you can go back over that wall with a regular paint product. Now, if there's any existing stains, or potentially you're going a light color over a dark color, then you would most definitely want to prime. And if you're going new sheetrock, you definitely want to use a primer.
What does the primer do?
The primer fills the pores of the surface, and it builds up a film, so when your paint goes over the top of it, it actually lays on top of the surface as opposed to being absorbed in the surface. And you will actually get a truer color by putting a coat of primer, true primer, and a coat of wall paint on your walls, as opposed if you put 2 coats of paint. And that's how you get the true color. And a lot of individuals don't realize that. And then one other thing that we suggest, if you're using dark colors, we have what we call our color prime system, and it's a system that uses various shades of gray to prime your walls, and then you would put these deeper, darker colors over it, and you will get a truer color if you use a gray primer and 1 coat of your choice of color, as opposed to putting 2 coats of that paint. And we adopted that after the auto industry. Most of the vehicles out there are painted in bright reds, blues, blacks, and the automotive industry uses gray primers to prime the cars first. And so we finally realized as an industry that if you prime with a gray color, you will get a truer color on your finish coat.
That's interesting. Well, we're almost out of time.
Yes,
tell everybody how they can get more information about Sherwin-Williams paints.
Oh, very easy. As everyone, jump on the internet, and you can go to Sherwin-Williams.com, and we have a number of tools, color visualizers, where you're able to pick out colors if you'd like. You can upload pictures of your home and drop in the colors that you would like. And then there's also product recommendations, and then a way to find all of our locations anywhere within the United States. So again, it's Sherwin-Williams.com.
Good deal. Well, we've been talking to John Gaeto with Sherwin-Williams. Thanks so much, John.
All right. Thank you very much.